Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by you know who, the Buffalo Fanatics. Folks, chime in. This is a time to voice your thoughts, voice your opinions, voice it all. We've had some time to mull things over. We've had some time to go through the game again. For those that have watched the game again, I haven't. I refuse to. I know what happened. I know what didn't happen. There's a whole lot. And within the last, 48 hours, I'd say, there's been a lot of conversation about what these Buffalo Bills are made of. What are they made of? And it has you questioning things. And as it should. Better now, silver lining in this. Better now than later. I think we all can agree. And there's a lot of things we can agree on this game that took place. There's a lot of things we have to admit. There's a lot of conversations that need to be had. Serious conversation around surrounding players, surrounding coaching, surrounding culture, surrounding this whole squad. So before I get all up in this conversation and up in these guts, right? Do me a favor. If you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you have not, this is your first time here, salute, welcome. How you doing? And let's get this thing rolling. Folks, if you haven't followed us on all social media platforms, you guys know what to do. It's all Buffalo Fanatics on all platforms that you guys usually frequent. IG is one of our biggest ones with over 150,000 followers. Do us a favor. Show us some love. We also have a merch store, and we got some merch to kind of promote and put out there. Obviously, you haven't seen it. We won a division. Got to get this out the way. So go ahead. Christmas gifts. You got a couple weeks to get some Christmas gifts for folks. We also got some new merch out there. The Lake Effect Lateral. You guys already know the play. I know that we're not on this right now, but this will be a nice Christmas gift just to get out there before the holidays. So let's get into the business. All right. Because I ain't got a lot of time today. I got things to do and I got things to get off my mind, and I got to do it. My man Z-Bot went off yesterday. He felt certain ways about certain things last night. Not everything I agreed with. Not everything I agreed with, folks. Not everything I agreed with. The game reactions feels like same 48 hours. I'm telling you, man, there's some people still going through it. So let's talk about it, right? There's things that don't need to be touched on. There's things that need to be touched on. All right. So a hot topic, a hot conversation that I got to touch on is Coach McDermott. All right. We got to get into that. And I got to have real conversation with real folks. And we've had conversations before. I like Coach McDermott. Let me get this out the way. I like Coach McDermott. I think Coach McDermott is a sensational coach. I think he's a great coach. I think he's a great leader of men. These are things that I've shared with a lot of folks along the years. I was what they called a McDermott apologist just a couple years ago with the 13 seconds, right? You remember that? Still painful when people talk about it? Yeah, I know. It's painful to me too. But I'm of the mindset. You can't always point at the coach. You gotta point at the players on the field. They're the ones playing. They're the ones running the football. They're the ones catching the football. They're the ones tackling. They're the ones defending. They're the ones blocking. They are the real deal. They're the ones doing the job on the field. That's how I felt about McDermott a couple years ago when we were trying to lambaste that brother for the 13 seconds. Out like the last time I checked, the players know the assignment. They know what to do. Defend. You know what's on the line. You know who you're playing. I don't gotta get up there and that's on the players. And that's how I still feel to this day. But we can't just let McDermott off the hook. We cannot. This is and this is I created a new segment. Tough love. You know what I mean? I got to say it with your chest, and I'm about to, but there's tough love. And right now, Coach McDermott needs that tough love, man. I don't care how you want to slice it. Tough love needs to be shown to McDermott. And he just keeps getting off the hook. Why? You had a sensational performance by Josh Allen, marred by McDermott's defense. Yeah, but Babbage is the play caller. Don't care. It's under his watch, under his clock. That's on him. There comes a time where what's the saying? Shit or get off the pot. For me, personally, you got to get it done this year. Now, whether Pagula pulls the trigger and says, "Nah, I've had enough. I've stated my case before, and I'll just briefly share my case on if McDermott doesn't get it done this year, fam, you gots to go." I like McDermott. Don't get me wrong; it would pain me. But Rico, he's one of the only coaches that got 11 wins in four straight years. He's about to get his 11th win. It's going to be 5 years in a row that he's got 11 wins. He's amongst Tom Landry, Bill Belichick, blah, 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 blah. Last time I also checked, I think every one of those guys on that list have a Lombardi in their trophy case. Do they not? Are we still gonna show them love? Here's another thing. A lot of people might say, "Hey man, the only reason he's got all that is because of Josh Allen. You ain't got Josh, you ain't got them 11 wins, my G." That's number one. Number two, the same argument was being made when Tom Brady and the whole Belichick. Oh, was it because of Belichick or was it because of Tom Brady? Well, Tom left. You saw what happened to Belichick without Tom. Tom went somewhere else. Tom won. Let's not turn Josh into Tom, where he leaves and gets it somewhere else. Fam, this brother is young. He's talented. We got to get the job done now. Shit or get off the pot. And I bring this up because I'm looking at really good coaches, right? And one that we can all agree on is Andy Reid. Andy Reid has had success with the Chiefs. He's on the verge of going for a three-peat. Boy's nice, right? But there was a moment in time where Andy Reid, one of the very successful coaches in this game, a decision had to be made on Andy Reid. Bro, you're not winning. It's not happening. You've taken us to countless, NFC division games, NFC championship games. You took us to a Super Bowl, couldn't get it all done. You gotta go. Sorry. It's business. It's business. And when I read a lot of these comments and I read a lot of the stuff that goes on social media and stuff, and there's a lot of really good points made on both sides. But when you really look at it, fam, there comes a point where business, the NFL is a business. You always hear from players, "Hey, man, I need to get my money." Why do they say I need to get my money? F all that friendship stuff. I want my monies, and I want my monies now because it's a business. When these players get cut, it's a business. So since when are we in the business to continue to keep putting this facade of good offense, great offense, mediocre defense, get to the playoffs, get absolutely name what you want to use. What happens to us in the playoffs? Take your pick. Fam, shit or get off the pot, McDermott. I don't care all the conversations you got to have. I got to have a talk with my guy Smiley. Fam, you got 9 players on the field we couldn't quite put a block in because Coach Smiley, what? You mean to tell me you guys don't go through this all that? Yo, you get tired of it. You get tired. I'm so tired. I got crust in my eyes building right now. That's how tired of it I am, man. Denver last year. Must I remind y'all about Denver? Too many guys on the field. What? Was it too many, or was it lack of? Too many. Game on the line. We got too many guys on the field. Alters the game. Smiley. Less guys on the field this time. Not even 10, 9. Yo. Fam, am I spitting today or not? I don't want to get on the little hoopla of Josh with 3 touchdowns, 6. We know he's sick. And I'm sure he's sick to his stomach when he's got to board that plane, taking all the, you see that meme where there's the big statue like this, and Josh is like this right now, man. Josh is he's playing his ass off, getting arrows shot at him, and y'all bums in the back ain't doing your job, man. Sorry. It has to be harsh. Like, I like this team. I love this team. But you got to call spade for what it is, man. This defense let him down. But it starts with coach, man. I'm going to tell you right now, Pagula, you got to be watching, because I'll tell you this right now. The path to the playoffs, if we stay at the number 2 spot, might be the best thing for us. Might be the best thing for us. Because right now, if you were to tell me with that defense, with that performance I just saw, we're about to face the Ravens, bro, Derrick Henry, get ready. We're going to give you the football and you'll keep doing it. We're not going to have an answer yet again. Kyler Williams is nowhere near Derrick Henry. We couldn't stop. And I'm not taking anything away from Matthew Stafford, because I'll get into Matthew Stafford, but we couldn't stop Matthew Stafford on the boot. Matthew Stafford, you know what I mean? Fake a handoff, boot around the corner, pop. The boy was what, 3 for 3, 4 for 4 on rollouts? Couldn't stop a damn thing. So you want to go play against Lamar Jackson that can roll out? Not only has he shown that he can throw the ball downfield this year, he will take off on your ass. Oh, you think Rasul Douglas is going to catch him? Heck no. Christian Bedford going to catch him? No. DeMar Hamlin? Hell no. Fam, and we play Detroit next week? McD. Yo, you better wake up, bro. Because I'll tell you right now, get into the playoffs, and you got to face some of these teams. It's not looking good right now based on what we saw this past weekend. We know 17 is going to show up. 17 is going to show up. Now, here's why I'm on McDermott. Let me preface. I like McDermott. I like him as a character. I like him as a man. As a Christian man. Love me a Christian man. I'm a man of faith myself. Love that. I love where everything with him in his fiber for this team, he breathe, like, you know, he wants everything. He wants all the success for this Bills team. You know he does. But don't we all? Didn't Rex Ryan? Didn't Dick Duran? Do I need to keep going? We've had some coaches, bro. Malarkey? I'm sure they all had the intentions of really bringing something back to Buffalo because of all the pain the Bills fans have gone through. It gets old. Results is what we're looking for. It's the facts. It's a results-driven business. It's a results-driven business. And right now, the results that Bills Mafia is looking for are the results in the playoffs by winning the freaking thing. You have such a good quarterback behind you. And I use good loosely. Elite. You can't keep letting that brother down, man. And Pagula is watching. Let me remind you, let me give you something else, man. Pagula has watched his team. And I feel like a broken record, but I have to repeat it because it hits just as hard. Pagula wanted Pat Mahomes. That's who he wanted. I want that guy. McDermott and crew was like, nah, chill, bruh. There's a lot of quarterbacks coming in next draft. We got to build capital. Trust my process. All right. I won't be a meddling owner. I will stay out of it. I'll let the football guys do what they do. Bring me a championship. See you guys later. We bring in Josh Allen. I like it. We love it. But let's back it up a little bit because y'all need to know what's happening here. I want Pat Mahomes. Nah, bro, chill. So Pat Mahomes is there's a deal done between the Bills and the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes has won 2 championships with the Chiefs. Oh, by the way, the Chiefs have been the reason we can't advance to the championship, which is the Super Bowl. We can't advance past the division round because Pat Mahomes is in the freaking way. And if it's not Pat, it's Burrow. So now we've lost 3 times to these Chiefs in the playoffs. Bro, you going to lose a 4th? Do you want to lose a 4th? Yeah, but we beat him in the regular season. Josh Allen's 4-1 against them. Who cares? Do you remember the game? I don't. I'm past it. Let's be real with one another. I'm past it. So now when it comes down to playoffs, who's showing up? Who's showing up? So Pagula's going to sit here and watch his team lose 4 times in a row under your watch, McDermott? Bruh, as much as like McDermott, man, the clock is ticking. I'd be disappointed if something didn't happen after the season. And the only reason it shouldn't happen is if McDermott wins the whole thing. If he doesn't, conversations need to be had, and a serious conversation need to be had about like, yo, we got to start looking to see who can lead these guys. By the way, if McDermott leaves, Babbage ain't coming back because McDermott's gonna grab him and take him with him. Joe Brady will probably leave with him as well. So you're looking at a whole lot of stuff that's going to change. So Pagula's going to be thinking to himself and Brandon Beane, who do I bring in to take over as the head coach that's going to keep Babbage and keep. No, it doesn't happen. If I'm coming in as new head coach, everyone's got to go. So now that becomes a decision. You've had Josh Allen under the same regime, same offensive philosophy, because really not much has changed. Think about it. You had Dable left. Ken Dorsey came in. Ken Dorsey was a quarterback coach, so he kind of had an idea of what was going on. Ken Dorsey takes over. Here comes Joe Brady. Joe Brady has an idea. Ken Dorsey's gone. Joe Brady in. Everything's remained the same for Josh. So you move on from Coach McDermott. There it is. Be careful what you wish for. This is the dilemma that Pagula will be in if McDermott doesn't get the job done. If McDermott doesn't get the job done, that's what you're looking at. Yeah, but you can't just let him go, Rico. Who are you going to bring in? Does it matter? The guy that we have now is not getting the job done. So what does it matter? I'm giving you 2 sides of the coin here. I still am in belief that you got to win it this year. If you don't win it this year, fam, I got to make a decision. Because if the decision's not made and you bring everybody back, boy, the fan base is going to be on your ass about everything. Everything. You think Bills Mafia is nice now? Wait till they're fed up. Oh, you're going to get the Mafia. You will absolutely get the Mafia. So, Sean McDermott, yo, all eyes on you, bro. That performance got everybody saying, fam, I thought these Bills were like the real deal. This was it, man. No Diggs, no Davis, no Morse, no all of that. Yo, this is a different squad. No Poyer, no Hyde. Oh, wait, Hyde came back. Milano's back. Oh, we should be ready to cook. Family. If I'm talking ish, by all means, unsubscribe. Yo, this guy ain't for me. If there's a semblance of stuff where you're like, yo, you know what? I agree with where Rico's going with this. Yo, hit that like. Let's keep it pushing. Can we keep going? Because you know what I also see is everyone relax, settle down. I've been a fan since. I've seen this. I've seen that. Yo, fan how you want to fan. I'm a fan how I want to fan. There's a lot of fans fan of this team that feel like this. But you're going to tell them to calm down? What's the worst? Isn't that what they say? That's the worst thing to tell somebody to do is to calm down. You ever have conversation with your lady's going off? Just let her go off. Don't tell her to calm down. Relax. Bro, you're going to get a pot upside your head. And Bills Mafia right now are not playing games right now. I'm telling you. And I'm going to tell you, let me tell you like this, man. McDermott, you got to get the job done. You got to get the job done. Because if you don't, you're going to end up like that meme. Was it Joe Pesci? When Joe Pesci brought into the room, he doesn't know what's happening. Hey, have a seat. There's two goons right behind you. Too late. Don't become that meme, bro. I might come off as I'm harsh, or I might come off like but nah, man, I'm not, man. We've been watching this game too long. We blink, Josh Allen's going to be in year 13. We're going to be like, yo, where'd the time go? That's what we're going to be saying to each other. We're like, yo, we had him this whole time with these Hall of Fame numbers. Bro, I don't think we understand. The things that Josh Allen's doing right now is absolutely insane. Fam, he's about to go into his 5th straight season of 40-plus touchdowns or more. Dude's just breaking records after record after record. But it's not panning out for us because we're not winning the big one. And I know this brother wants to win badly for Buffalo. Badly. Come on, man. It gets to a point where it's going to get old. It's going to get old. And if we don't, you know what I mean? Shake shit up soon. You're going to have the Mafia just going crazy. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the product that's been put on the field this past week with the Rams. My man P Money's in the building, says, yo, regular wins are irrelevant. McDermott just triggered what could happen when games become relevant. Just got to hope he's not in the position to make that clutch game decision. OMG. Let's go. Let's get to the decision by my guy McDermott. Now, don't forget, I like McDermott. I do. I actually really do like McDermott. I really actually do. And I think a lot of us do. Because I do feel that he really wants what's best for this freaking city. He knows the championship is needed for Buffalo. Needed. Now, it would be nice if Buffalo got it. No. It's needed from the stench that was left by the 90s Bills. Sorry, gotta say it. It's the facts. It's a stench. We have inherited that stench. We walk around wearing Bills gear. You know what I mean? And the first thing that people want to say is, yeah, y'all look cool and all, but y'all just going to do the same thing you did back in the 90s. Give it up in the Super Bowl. You just give it to somebody else. That's what y'all do. Didn't y'all do it 13 seconds? Didn't y'all do it with 12 men on field? Need I go on? You lost me. You lost Diggs because Diggs saw what was the writing on the wall. Maybe we all upset with Diggs, but Diggs probably was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. He ain't it. He's probably looking at McDermott. I like McDermott, but he ain't it. You just never know. You just never know. You just never know. Now, let's get into decisions by McDermott. My man Z-Bot was on last night talking about, hey, I'm accepting that call. I know it's been talked about at length, but I got to get my piece in. I'm accepting that call. 3rd and 17, your defense is going to stop that. We get him out of field goal range. Bro, I'm taking those odds all day. And it's not a bad way to take it. Look, both answers, can you say, are correct? Both answers correct. Hey, back them up. Back them up. Take your chances with your defense. Maybe incomplete pass. Maybe it's just a botch play. Maybe we take the turnover. I like the chances. But here's what you've done when you give the Rams with a red-hot Stafford, a red-hot Puka Nacua. This is my first. Listen, man. I'm like Shaquille O'Neal. Young man, I was not familiar with your game because I was not. I heard about Puka Nacua. but I wasn't familiar with his game, bro. Were we made familiar with Puka freaking Nakua this past Sunday? Golly. He made Taron Johnson look like rookie Taron Johnson. Rasul Douglas? Oh my gosh. Puka Nakua was on. Stafford was on. Those boys were on. Keep in mind, there are a few factors that we have to keep in mind when looking back at this game and trying to make sense of things, right? But let me just get my points across with decision making on a third and 17, right? We backed them up at 3rd and 17. Here's my thing. I'm declining. All right. I can go through all the good things that could happen when you accept it. I'm declining. Here's why I'm declining. There's a moment in this, like 4th and 7. As much as people want to say that, hey man, he was going to go for it no matter what, we don't know that. But he went for it last time, but his odds were better. We were 4th and 7 with a flag. 4th and 7, to make a decision on 4th and 7, that's not just a 4th and 4. You know what I mean? That's 4th and 7. You're closer to like 4th and 10. You know what I mean? Girl math, right? 4th and 10. That's a big decision to make. So, and now you got to make a decision with the clock going. So now you're like, all right, I got to take this field goal. I'll take this field goal. We'll go up 6. Call it a day. I don't remember what the score was at the time, but we'll go up 3. Now you would give the ball back to Josh, with Josh having one thing on his mind: winning this ball game and taking it over. But McDermott's mindset was, I'm going to trust my defense. And sometimes, as a defensive coordinator, you tend to have allegiance to your side of the football. Call it what it is. Instead of thinking, yo, this boy's been cooking us, I'm still going to put trust in my defense and still going to try to get them to stop. Bro, you haven't stopped a damn thing. These boys at one point were 11 for 12 on 3rd downs. They weren't doing diddly squat. Now, most folks might say, well, if they weren't doing diddly squat, how are they ever going to stop these guys on 4th and 7? This is where I think that in that moment, time is running. Yet you just got stopped on the flag for whatever the reason was. I think it was a hold. I can't remember what it was. Bro, all right, yo, we just got penalized. Bro, 4th and 7, they declined it. Kick that thing. But now there's pressure now. Now you've given 2 opportunities with the 3rd and 17. Now I can give you my 2 best plays at 3rd and 17. I got 2 shots. The risk has lowered a little bit. With 4th and 7, I got to pick the one play that's going to really make this thing happen. Pressure's on. Do I go for it? Time is ticking. You got to make that decision quickly. At 3rd and 17, I got time, bro. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to run this play because we've been killing these guys on this play all day. With 3rd and 17, bro, they're going to be playing soft. Bro, we're going to run this play. 4th and 7, things get a little tighter. McDermott didn't want to do that. McDermott was like, no, I trust this defense that's been getting cooked all day. Kills me. Neither here nor there, because we don't know if McVay would have went for it regardless on 4th and 7. Let's slide on to the next one. That really is the one that really is the one. We get to the goal line. Sneak. We don't get it. Now, before we do that, there's got to be Joe Brady in Josh's ear. I know we're getting on McDermott for this, but Joe Brady's got to be in Josh's ear. Josh has got to be listening, saying, yo, Josh, you're going to go sneak it. If you don't get it, get up quickly and get up in there quick, because we got 3 timeouts. We're not trying to use any of the timeouts. We got to go. You understand me? Get it? Check. Break. None of that. It was, yo. Okay, come. Fail. And now we're sitting here wondering what's going on. Timeout. There was no plan ahead. That's my problem in all this thing. Decision-making is decision-making. But the plan, there was no plan. It looked like it was free-for-all. Now, who was involved in this free-for-all plan? Was it just Joe and Josh? I don't know. Are these radios all intertwined? Can everybody hear? All the coaches hear? Is it just one between? I don't know how it works. But at one point, there was no plan. It was just, we're going to get this sneak where I think the Bills this year are 17 for 21 on fourth downs or fourth and inches or tush push territory. But here we are. We don't get it. And now we're scrambling. Timeout. The minute that timeout went, Josh went, and you knew it was over. It was done. You knew it was done. The minute Josh tilted his head up like this, all the juice in Allen was gone. He knew it. I ain't touching this football again. It's a wrap. We score on that. You got 3 timeouts. You have a chance. You have a chance. What are we going to sit here and bitch about this game? It's over and done with. I'm more now looking forward to what do we do with what we just witnessed? Because I'm not going to sit here and scoff over what this defense wasn't able to do. This is crazy to me. 10-2. We face a team that is super dangerous. And I got to flip this. I got to give credit to the Rams because the Rams, what the Bills team need to understand, and I'm sure they do, but I say need to understand. They get it. You're going to get everybody's best. I don't know if they don't understand that. You're going to get everyone's best. And when the Rams, the team that had their backs against the wall, they're desperate. Timeout. Let's go back to when the Bills were 6-6. Were we truly a 6-6 team, or was it just a product of what took place all year round? We had some nasty losses. The 12 men on the field, all that nonsense. We at one point were 6-6, and we ripped off 6 games straight. That team you just played was not a 6-6 team. That's a good team with 2 great receivers, probably the best tandem in the league. We got their very best, and their backs were against the wall. Remember how hungry the Bills were when we were 6-6? Nobody can say nothing to us. We went up against the Eagles. The Eagles were supposed to be the better team. They were going to beat us. We went right down to, was it 37-34? Close game. So we were going to get their best, and we're going to get everybody's best. If you think we're going to play the Patriots and the Jets, and they're just going to lay down, heck no, they're not going to lay down. And Detroit, boy, they're doing this right now. They're doing the Birdman rub. They're like, bah. Yo, y'all let the Rams put up 40 on y'all? Bro, let's get ready. Hey, Campbell, you ready? Because them knees, we're going to put them knees on the plates. We can't go in like that, man. We can't go in. If we think that we just going to sit there and just lay pipe, it's not happening, man. It is absolutely not happening. Now, I don't want it because I'm conflicted with time, so I gotta get my points in and get the heck out. Here we go. The good, the bad, the ugly. I don't want to sit here and talk about all the bad because there were some really good things. And there's some things that I do question. But like there wasn't a whole lot of good. But Josh Allen was sensational. I don't have to go any further than that. Josh was that dude. He was the dude. When we were down, there were times when we were as Bills fans, if we were down 10, when we didn't have a quarterback, it's over with. There's no way. Because we're not a team that usually comes back. How many times were we like, oh, we're down by 6, we're done. Oh, we're down by 8, we're done. Too often. We as Bills fans would be sitting here going, what are we going to do? When you got Josh, bro, you're in it till the end. You're in it till the end. Straight up and down. When is Josh? We were down, 17 at one point? I was like, golly, I don't want to say we're done, but God, I don't know if we can make this work. I guess we could try. Wait, hold on. Who's my quarterback again? Josh Allen? Man, we got a chance at least. Oh, shoot. Here we go. Boom. We got one. All right, we're making this. Okay, defense made a stop. We got to pump out. Okay, let's go. Boom, we got another one. Okay, now we got a ball game. Josh, you always have a chance when you got Josh. Give him the football. Good things happen. That's where I can probably stop. You know what? I got one more good. Christian Benford. Christian Benford was the only guy I saw on the field, to be honest with you, that was worth a damn. That was worth like, yo, this guy's trying, man. He's like that catch by Puka Nacua on the sideline. Who can stop that? Who can stop that? Puka was that dude, man. Like he was doing it. Christian Benford was right behind him. Christian Benford is that dude. Defensively, everybody else, y'all didn't show up. Y'all stayed in Buffalo. We flew to LA. The heck? We flew to LA. Hey, Vaughn, this is you're familiar with these people right here, man. You should be coming and doing work. Nope. Hey, Taylor Rapp, this is your former team. Show out. Nope. Benford. You know what? Christian Benford, Josh Allen, Khalil Shakir. Khalil freaking Shakir. I wish that they can open the game up more for Khalil Shakir. Quit relegating this guy to underneath routes. I know he's great at it, but put the ball in that brother's hands, man. Like you see it. Need I say more? When push comes to shove, Josh is looking at you know who? Khalil Shakir. Those are the three that stood out to me, bro. Khalil, Josh, Benford. That's it. Over with. Now let's go to the back because I ain't got else to say. Nothing else to say. I can put Joe Brady in there, but I don't know about that last bit of communication with Joe Brady and Josh Allen. What took place? Were you not communicating enough? Who knows, right? Let's go to the bad. All right, the good, the bad, the ugly, the bad. Special teams, and I'm gonna say special teams coach Smiley, bro. 9 guys. Like first of all, 9 guys, unacceptable, unfreaking acceptable, man. Like if you've ever played ball, it's third down. Everybody's like, hey, Feb, D, special teams, punt unit, punt. People are talking. They're punt. Everybody get ready. 9 guys on the field? Bruh. And you got coach that's got to answer for that? He's sick and tired of answering for your ass, Smiley. He did it with the 12 men on the field, where totally unacceptable. All right, that was last year, man. We're going to learn from that. We're going to be all right. Nope. Come on, man. Smiley, bad. Here's another thing. Let me tell you, PFF, for those that do pay attention to PFF grades came out for some of the players that weren't the greatest. All right, let's talk about this guy right here. You know who this guy is. Greg Rousseau, grade of 46.3. Did not show up the way we needed him to show up. Not one bit. Hey, Dwayne Carter. I was excited for Dwayne Carter to come back, but not like this. 41.1. Chalk it up to him coming back. Chalk it up to I'm a little rusty. I don't know. But this ain't going to cut it, especially in the middle of the line. Bruh, no. Let's talk about this guy, Rasul Douglas. 3 defensive pass interference calls, was getting beat like a mule. Just not good. Not good. Poor performance. And it's indicative of this PFF grade of 43.6. But I don't really look at and pay attention to PFF. I do 43.6. And you saw with your own eyes what 43.6 looks like. Am I lying? 43.6. Bad. Taron Johnson. This guy was getting worked alongside the rest of that damn defense. The back end of that defense worked. Matt Milano. 38.9. Some folks, and I'm starting to see it a lot more. Yo, man, I like Milano and everything. He cool. But listen, we didn't really got these type of issues. You know what I mean? When we had Dorian Williams in there. Yo, where D Will at? Let me tell you something what happened to D Will. Dorian Williams is not getting a single snap. Not a single snap on defense. Matt Milano has taken over, and guess what? 38.9. The poorest performer on the defense. And listen, that's rough. That's rough. If we're going to keep it a buck with one another, that is rough. Matt Milano returning by name on paper. This is amazing. We've had 2 games now. The one game is an anomaly. It was in the snow. It was nasty. We give everybody on defense a pass because it's just a nasty game. This one was a great barometer to see, okay, where my guy Milano at? Now we're not in cold weather. We're in a dome-like atmosphere. We're not in muddy grass, like perfect conditions. And 38-9 is what you give me, bro. Are you back to normal? Should we start to, put you on a pitch count a little bit and get Dorian Williams in there? Is this what's best for the team? I'm not questioning Milano. I know for a fact he's got to get rid of the rust. I get it. But I'm saying the real question has to be asked: how many games does Milano need to get back to, the Milano we need him to? Maybe this was the game, this past game that just happened was a wake-up call for everyone to get their ish together. One will never know until we play the Lions. Here we go. The ugly. Listen. You know what was nasty to me? The way we lost. We lost with a high scoring. What's ugly? Okay, first of all, what's ugly is allowing Puka Nacua to do us dirty. That was ugly. The defensive backfield, the ugly award goes to y'all because y'all got worked. Y'all got worked by my guy. All right, he gave you the business, and he didn't even leave tip. He didn't even say good night. He left the door wide open and left. He did y'all dirty, left the door wide open and left to say, yo, just clean up when you're done. I'm out of here. That's exactly what he did to y'all. Shame on y'all for getting treated the way you did by Puka freaking Nacua. Ooh. Matthew Stafford did y'all dirty as well. The whole defense is in this category here. All right? The whole defense, ugly. That performance, ugly. Allowing 37 points put on you, nasty. All right, let me get to another thing. I got to give the ugly award to my guy, Reed Ferguson. I'm sorry, Reed. I don't remember anything like that happening to you since I've been watching. I don't think I've seen that. But Reed Ferguson got put on his ass. Just man to man, you against me. I'm going to shove you out the way. And that block punt was everything. That changed the landscape of the game. The block punt. I'm not putting it on Reed. I'm just saying how Reed got put on his ass was nasty. That was ugly. And if you disagree, shoot, I don't know what to tell you because it was nasty. He got put on his ass like that dude from the Broncos got put on his ass, number 54. Boom. And that field goal block is what gave the Chiefs the wins over the Broncos. That pump block. And guess what? Smiley's involved in that. That's your unit. All of that. Ugly. Anyway, that's the way I look at it, folks. That's the way I'm looking at it. Here we go. Let's keep it rolling here because we have the good, we have the bad, the ugly. If you find something that I've missed that I haven't touched on, by all means, jump in and let me know. All right. One of my favorite parts of the show. Ooh. Milk carton candidate. If you guys aren't familiar with what the milk carton candidate is, you guys haven't watched the Rico Report in a long time. Yeah. Milk carton candidate. It's the one that didn't show up. We needed to put an APB alert. Hey, man, we've been looking for this player. He decided not to show up today. No, his pads are here. I know his car was in the parking lot. No, for sure. I see a coffee at his locker room. I just don't. Where he at? Haven't seen him. And there are a few worthy candidates of this award. I'm looking at the chat right now. The chat is absolutely getting on a certain somebody. Paulie says you're going to need a few cartons for that one, man. Bro, I'm going to tell you something. The whole defense should be put on the milk carton alert. The whole defensive unit. I'm sorry, Benford. That's your defense. You're part of that. You got to be on that too. But there are some people that need some milk. But there are some people that specifically need to be put on this list that were just an absolute abomination to this defense. Number one, I got two people that I'm looking at and that I needed. Ed Oliver, man. Y'all know when Edward is playing balls out, I call him Edward because I'm going to give him his full government name, Edward Oliver. That's when he's balling, he's that dude. You can't say nothing to him. Last year, I was calling him Edward every other game. Yo, there goes Edward. There goes Edward again. Edward had 9.5 sacks last year. First year of getting paid, I'm going to show you what I got. This year, bruh, yo, Eddie. Yo, where you at, bruh? I mean, the interior of that line. We getting pushed around. Daquan Jones, healthy, a little older. He's been holding it down. I was seeing with my own eyes. Daquan. Edward? Bruh. 6'1", 280, bruh. I see you getting pushed around. I see you on the ground. Like, I need you penetrated. We drafted you in the first round to be a difference maker. I don't know if you're that dude, man. I don't know if you're that guy. It makes us have to now look in the draft yet again for defensive tackle. Dwayne Carter, he's got some time to develop, but Eddie, bruh. And I'm more specifically talking about this game, folks. Rasul Douglas. OMG. Rasul Douglas. You couldn't play man. You couldn't play zone. And when you were in those positions, you're holding on for dear life. They were toying with you, which makes me wonder, which I question. You got two heavy zone corners on your squad. You have a man-to-man corner in Kaiir Elam, but yet you make him inactive, going up against two solid receivers. I always feel that at least Kaiir should be at least active because he's the next man up. But they make him inactive to get Jamarcus Ingram in there. No hate on Jamarcus Ingram. But that don't make no sense. Does it? Am I tripping? Ed Oliver, Rasul Douglas, Taron Johnson. Bruh. Not a good game for those boys, man. And they stood out. They stood out heavily. They stood out heavily. 40 points. And we're known to be a very pass defense. Like we're very good at defending the pass. We're one of the best in the game. But boy, did we get exposed. We got moved around. We couldn't cover. We were undisciplined. We weren't on our game. Drink some milk. Drink some milk. So now we got a big time matchup against the Lions. A team that I feel that we match up well against prior to this Rams game. And now this Rams game has got me thinking this completely different now. I was like, golly, you got Montgomery that's been playing like a freaking monster. You got Jahmyr Gibbs that one cut gone, he's out of here. And we let Kyron Williams run amok on us. Yo, gut check time. Absolute gut check time. Here comes Walter. Walter said, I can't blame the secondary too heavily because the D-line gave Stafford all day to throw. Well, listen, there's the age-old question. Which do you value more, a pass rush or lockdown coverage, right? Which one does it? Because if you lock down your receivers the way, that we would like you to, pass rush is going to get to the quarterback and get him off the mark and so on and so forth, right? Or the other way around. Yo, you give me a pass rush, give me average guys covering, we'll make something happen. I prefer a pass rush that we lacked heavily. So then it had me thinking, do we have the talent on this team to really go the distance on defense? Offense, I look at the offense. We do not lack anything on the offense. We're damn near, if we're not number one by now with the 44 points we put up, 42 points we put up. Bro, we got problems, bro. So do we have the talent on defense enough to really make a difference and not let down Josh Allen in the offense when playoff time comes? Can they be trusted? Because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, all the push comes to shove. We playoff caliber. Are we? Are we playoff caliber? We know the guy on the left is. He's ready to go. The guy in the middle, question mark. The guys on the right, those are the guys that I'm going to be looking forward to. And I'm going to be looking at and say, hey, will you be able to answer the bell? Because there comes a time where you're like, bro, enough is enough. If you go, my man Bobby, shout out to my man Bobby. Bobby is sick. He's sick and tired. He's like, yo, man, something's got to give with this defense. Maybe the philosophy is old. Maybe it's just like the league is caught up. It's not doing anything for him. Or it's just, do we lack the talent? Which is it? Do we not have the talent enough to fulfill what McDermott wants on defense? Is that why he brought back Micah Hyde? Will we see Micah Hyde jump in? Who knows? When you look at this defense, defensive front, we'll start with the defensive front. Is there a guy that you're like, if I need a play to be had, I know I can count on that guy because he will find a way. I can go to the Chiefs right now and say Chris Jones will find a way. He will affect it. He may not get to that quarterback, but he's going to push. He's going to get somewhere. He's going to, i.e., pushing into Deion Dawkins. Deion Dawkins bumping into Josh Allen. Josh Allen's advert throw. There goes the game. Chris Jones. So is there the guy on the squad where you're like, yep, that guy right there. He's the guy. He's the alpha. Hate to say it, Von Miller is no longer Von Miller. He will have a play here and there, but he's not one guy that you're like, watch out for 40. Nah, bro, we ain't watching for 40 for nothing. Watch out for 90. Not really. Watch out for 57. No. What about 50? 50 might be the only guy that I can say at one point, he's going to bust his butt. He's going to try to make something happen. Whether he's picking, he's batting balls down, he's doing stuff. But like, fam, where's the rest of the guys, man? Linebacker. I like Bernard. I rock with Bernard. Is Bernard better off paired with Dorian? Or do we need to give Matt Milano more time? But how much time do we have? Fair question. We shall soon see. Defensive backfield, bro, something's got to give next. Listen, next year, I'm honestly, DeMar, he's in his last year of his contract anyway. I can't see them bringing him back. DeMar, out of here. Rasul, out of here. So we're looking at safety and we're looking at the other side. That's just me. Y'all may not agree. That's just me. 6:17. I got to go. So, folks, love this team, but sometimes tough love needs to be given to this team, folks. Tough love. I didn't even get into the running back room, but I had to check myself because I was ready to just go in. But some folks, not even some folks, it's just realizing, yo, we were down too many points. We were down too many points for us to even try running the football. And it pisses me off because 6 carries is absolutely insane. But when you're down 17, you ain't got no choice. We got to catch up. We got to catch up. Let me get to some super chats before I get out of here because I got to respect the super chats. Let me get to my guy, JR. JR, what up, JR? JR says, Yo, Rico, I'm with you, man. It's time for McDermott to go if we can't make it to the Super Bowl. It's, to me, Super Bowl or bust. Super Bowl or bust. But what if we make it to the Super Bowl and we lose? We'll talk about it then. Make it to the dance first. Josh Allen can't play defense too. Bills defense needs to step up heavily. Every Bills defender on that squad, when they got home, where they got on the plane, wherever they got to, they got to be doing this. They got to be doing that to themselves. Gut check time. Who are you? Like, what are you going to bring to this defense? What are you going to bring to make a difference on this defense? Because now we're about to play the Detroit Lions, which is looking like a Super Bowl favorite coming from the NFC side. You have an opportunity, Bills fans and Bills teams and everybody on the squad, to really show that that game was just a bad game we're about to show you what's good. I truly want to see it. I don't know how to feel about this defense. I don't. I can't say, you know what, that was just a bad game. We're going to bounce back. Are we? We just played a team that's got a good offense. We're about to play another team that's got a great offense. Once we get to the playoffs, everybody's got that. So what's this defense going to do? JR, I'm with you, bro. My guy, JR. Appreciate that. Appreciate that super chat. I got Willem. Willem comes in and says, yo, we weren't even supposed to be competitive this year. Yes, the hell we were. When you have 17 on your squad, you are always going to be competitive. Now, defensively, that's where you could have had me. Where we lost Hyde, we lost Poyer, but these guys were dropping off anyway. So we had a lot of Taylor Rapp on the field. We saw what We saw what Chris Bedford could do. We saw what Bernard was able to do. So we knew we had talent on the squad. But are they alphas? Are they dogs? And this past game made you realize, wait a minute, maybe we're not. Or was that just a bad game? Was that just a bad matchup? Did Sean McVay just outdo us? It's a lot of questions we asked. My man Joe R comes in and says, yo, bro, you have to tell him, you got to tell me what cash out there was that is worthy to take over and bring a Super Bowl to Buffalo. Listen, usually I'm pretty good at reading. Let me see if I can read this again. Bro, you have to tell me what cash out there is worthy to take over and bring a Super Bowl to Buffalo. Brother, I'm trying to understand. If somebody can make me understand that, I really want to try to answer what you're trying to say. I'm usually pretty good at deciphering as I go, but this COWSH is throwing me off. What is it? Are you asking what cash we have that's worthy to take over, bring the Buffalo? I mean, the cap is going up. I think that you're talking about was cash, right? The cap is going up. We've got some movements. Diggs is on the books this year. I think next year will be all right. So we should have some cash flow in our bank. Who we decide to bring, that's a whole different ballgame. I hope that's what you're saying, Joe R. I apologize, bro. Yo, Fluffy Panda, what up? He goes, yo, I got no problem with fans being mad at McDermott. I do have a problem with fake fans that do nothing but cry wolf just to troll. Get the F out of here. Do we need to upgrade OC and DC? Oh, that's a good question. OC and DC. All depending if McDermott stays. If McDermott stays, both those boys are staying. Unless Joe Brady somebody wants to hire him as a head coach, which I highly doubt. I personally don't think he will get hired to be a head coach somewhere. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to happen. And if he leaves Josh Allen to go and OC somewhere else, that'd be a wild thing to do. I highly doubt he does. He stays. Babbage stays unless somebody says, yo, I want you to be my defensive coordinator. I want you to be my head coach. I can't see those two coordinators leaving anytime soon. So if McDermott is retained, if it goes so badly in the playoffs where they do make a decision, the new coach that comes in will probably want to bring his own guys, unless they hire from within, which could obviously happen, but I doubt that will happen as well. So, Fluffy, we upgrade at OCDC, all depending if McDermott is back. Now, if McDermott leaves, I probably see Ben Johnson being the guy that we go and target, because apparently he's got a list of what things he wants. He wants a well-run organization. Check. That's the Bills. You're going to get a franchise quarterback. Check. That's Josh Allen. What more do you want? Organization. You got a quarterback, and you got good pieces around him, young pieces. Ben Johnson would be the number one on the list if McDermott's gone. Would he not? Just saying. Signify knows says, yo, what do you think about the changing scheme? Three linebackers so D Will can play. You didn't pay all that money to Taron Johnson to put D Will on the field. However, if it's the betterment for the team, you have to find ways to get him on the field. Having 0 snaps in that last game doesn't help you. If they're going to be running the football the way they were, you got to stick him in there. But I also understand this is a business. You don't lose your job over an injury. So now that Milano's back, I'm not losing my job because I'm injured. I'm playing. Let me shake off this rust. You know I'm better than this. You know I'm a good player, and we do know that. Maybe he just needed 2 games. I mean, when we came, folks, it's not Madden. Okay, let's keep it real. All right, I'm looking at my time here. It's not Madden. You know, when you have an injured player and the injured player comes back, he's full, ready to go. Heck no. He's going to need time. Von Miller came back from his knee, and he thought he could play. Bro, he needed time. So Now, most folks say, but dude, he had a year and change. Well, how much more time do you need? You need to get in football shape now. You need to be conditioned for the game. When I was talking to my guy Carl Jones is like, yo, there's getting in shape and doing stuff, but then you got to tackle, you got to move around, you got to get lateral, there's a whole lot of things that take place. So the real question is, well, for my man P Money was like, how much time do you give Matt Milano? Truthfully, how much do you give him? How much time do you give him? Do you give him 2 more games? And then hopefully he's ready by the time we hit playoffs. Is that what it looks like? I guess we'll see. I guess a silver lining in all this is we made the playoffs already. Most likely not going to get the number 1 seed. It's still alive if the Chiefs lose. But yesterday's win for the Chiefs and the Bills loss has us solidified at number 2. Not even number 2. We might even drop to number 3 if we keep messing around. And now we'll be the 3 team. And then now shit's going to change. All right, let's keep it rolling. Jesse Snow, what up, Jesse? Thanks for that super chat. Coop was good and vibing better with Josh every week. I need to listen. Let me tell you something. I got to play one more thing before y'all go. I don't know if you guys can see this real well, but this right here is a chart of what defenses have been doing. And if you look at the Lions, top of the list, I don't know if you see my arrow here. It's top of the list. Look at right here is man, and you got zone. They play man cover 1 man 40% of the time. Nearly half the time they're playing man. So the reason I bring this up is if they're playing man 40% of the time, half the time, next up is they play a lot of cover 3, cover 4-ish, right? A mix of cover 3, cover 4. You're going to see Coop get busy in this next game. Coop against that Arnold guy that's got 17 pass interference calls this year already. If we're really going to target, that's where it's going to be. And don't forget, Amari Cooper was targeted, I think, 11 or 12 times this game. It wasn't like we weren't trying. We were trying. So this might be the game that it's going to be, you know what? Mano a mano, route running. It's going to be Josh and Coop. Let's see if they can try to work something out. I'd love to see Shakir go up, but we'll see. We shall see. Let me keep rolling with y'all real quick. Joe R comes back and says, O-line, Eddie got paid and is now on vacation. Bro, that's what it feels like. It really does feel like that. Anyway, folks, I would love to jump in and get into the comments and read a lot of the comments. I really do, right? But I got stuff to do. I gotta go to small group. I got Bible study to go to. I gotta do my stuff, right? But hold on. Walter comes in and says, yo, I'm sick of hearing that we're overreacting only when we question McDermott after a loss. But I'm not considered overreacting when we feel like a Super Bowl squad because we bet bum-ass teams like the Titans. Listen, I'm with you. Walter, you and I usually kind of we butt heads. I know you were giving the gears to my guy Z-Bot last night. You had him exercising. That boy was going. Hold on. What coach is Rico? What coach Rico is what he's saying? Oh, what coach? Oh, okay. What coach is what he was saying? Okay, I was saying Cash. Joe. Okay, well then answer the question somewhat. It was Ben. Right as of right this second, Ben Johnson's the only one that's the only thing that I feel worthy enough. And if he comes in and says, "Yo, I'll call plays," hey, Joe Brady, you want to stick around? Cool. DC Bobby Babbitt, you want to stick around? Cool. We'll see. But anyways, folks, that's my time. I gotta go. I got things to do. But I implore you guys. I like McDermott. I love this team. You guys know I love this team. But I'm also not gonna cut corners and soften it up and we'll be all right. I think we're gonna be cool. No, we're not. What that performance that was given to us makes me wonder what the hell are we doing? What the heck was that? And if we get a double dose of that performance defensively again, bro, we looking right at Coach McDermott. Because that's your unit. That's your specialty. That's your department. Offensive side of the ball is doing well. Could you imagine? And I hate to see it. I want to see this Bills win, and I want to have McDermott be the one that delivers that Super Bowl to Buffalo. It would be nice. But I'll tell you right now, man. Andy Reid spent how many years with the Eagles? How many years did he spend with the Eagles? I'm not even gonna ask you. I'll just count it out myself. They gave him a lot of time. He had a lot of time. How many years? He started with the Eagles in 99. He was coached from 99 all the way to 2012. And in those, he had an NFC championship, obviously, in 2004 when he went to the Super Bowl, and they lost that one. Folks, if you don't have the results, you got to go. And then when he left, Doug Peterson came in. Doug Peterson gave them a Super Bowl, and guess what? They out that guy in 2 years. Bro, we don't like the way this is going. Jeffrey Lurie, I think his last name is like, you out of here, bro. So is the Bills Mafia, the city of good neighbors. Bro, you ain't going to be the city of good neighbors for very long if McDermott keeps pulling this stunt and not getting this team to Super Bowl. That's 8 years he's been this coach. There comes a time where you're like, fam, hit or get off the pot. Simple as that. Anyway, folks. Oh, by the way, Sickify knows he told me you and Walter were on his ass last night. Anyway, I got you. Folks, if you guys appreciated the show and if you guys agreed with a lot of things I said, if you disagreed with anything I said, please put it in the comment section as you guys are rolling back. I answer the comments in the section. We'll battle it out again. I'll be back again tonight. Not tonight. Tomorrow for the top 10. The Bills are definitely not number 1 team. Absolutely not. They might even drop out of the number 2 team. You just never know. You just never know. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And if you guys want to contact me, obviously hit me up on Twitter, Rico_BM. Follow me on Twitter and follow the social media platforms all over the Buffalo Fanatics. And if you guys aren't following me on Bleacher Report, go ahead and follow on Bleacher Report. You'll always see when I'm going live on there. So, folks, that's my time. Enjoy your evening. I got to get going. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side. And until next time, it's the Buffalo Fanatics. It's your boy Rico. And we'll catch you guys on the flip. You guys have a fantastic evening. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow night.